Normally, when I do my empties, they're in this pink bucket. But today, I have so many empties that they're in this bucket. I haven't done an empties video since July, and I have a lot to get through. So grab a drink and settle in, because when I go through my empties, I also tell you what I think about them, and this could take a while. I am going to put chapters in this video, though. Normally I just reach in and pull out and talk about them in any order, but I think because there's so many, it might be helpful if I break them up into categories. So I'm going to sort these a little bit into skincare, hair care, body care, and then makeup at the end. I have this little basket that I've been collecting my makeup empties in. So I'll be right back after I do some sorting. Okay, we're going to start with hair care, and I don't think it would be one of my empties if I didn't have at least one of these, either the shampoo or the conditioner of the L'Oreal Elvive. This is my go-to favorite shampoo and conditioner, and it doesn't matter. I switch, I try something else, and I always come back to these. This one is the Renewing, and I think they have one that's called the Repairing. It doesn't have the purple on it. Either one of those are my holy grail. And I don't know why I keep trying other stuff, but sometimes it's just fun to branch out, but I always come back. And I have the shampoo in my shower right now. I tried a different conditioner, and I can't wait for it to be gone so I can go back to the Elvive. I tried a different version of the Elvive, and this is the Elvive Plump, the 72-hour hydrating shampoo. This was okay, but it's not the holy grail one. And just a word, I have very hard water. We live in the country, we have a well. It's like 330 feet deep. So yeah, it's in bedrock and we have hard water, and I don't clean my trash to show it to you. Yes, I know we could get a water softener or a reverse osmosis or something like that, but we don't have that. So, okay, another one of my holy grails that is almost always in my empties now that I've gone to doing these quarterly is the Not Your Mother's All Eyes on Me 10-in-1 Hair Perfector. This is a dupe for the It's a 10 leave-in, and I actually prefer this more. I don't have it repurchased right now, only because I have a couple of other leave-ins that I've been trying, and I'm forcing myself to use them before I buy this again. With this, don't spray this directly in your hair. It will be too much. I always spray it in my hand, like 8 pumps or so, and then run it through my hair that way. I just end up using too much if I try to spray it directly in my hair. We'll definitely be buying another one of these after I go through the ones that I bought to try. Do you ever go to the sample aisle in Walmart and just kind of browse and pick things out to try? Well, I did this with this Monday Smooth shampoo and conditioner, and there's a couple of reasons that I really didn't like this. First of all, the bottles are exactly the same, and it's white on pink writing. When I'm in the shower, I cannot tell which one of these is which, because sometimes I don't have my contacts in, but even if I do, the lighting isn't very bright in there, and this is impossible to read. The other thing is, these little bottles are really hard to squeeze. And so when you have a product like shampoo or conditioner that's kind of thick, you gotta bang it down anyway, and then you have to squeeze. If you have any weakness or arthritis in your hands, skip these, because you will not be able to get them out. The full-size version, I imagine, would probably have a little more flex to it, just because it's bigger and there's not, and so it's further away from these rigid walls on the sides. But I didn't really like the shampoo and conditioner that much anyway, so yeah, I would say skip. In fact, this one still has some in it, but I got tired of trying to get it out, so they're going in the trash. The next two things are similar. I have a Not Your Mother's Smooth Moves Lamellar Water Rinse and the Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine Glass Hair Water. I've also tried the Elvive 8-Second Wonder Water. I don't like these. I didn't like the Elvive, and I thought, well, maybe if I try another one, it will be better. And it's not. I just don't see that they do anything. I guess they're kind of a detangler, but really that's what this does as well. So these were completely unnecessary, and I can't believe it took me 3 of them to figure that out, but I won't be buying any more. In the 4 months that it has been since I did my last empties, I had to color my hair twice, and so I have 2 of the L'Oreal Excellence Cream hair colors. I do this myself at home, and my color is 8 Medium Blonde that I'm using right now, and I just really like this color. I just touched up my roots like a week and a half ago or so got rid of all those sparkly highlights. Another one that you see in my empties often is the Suave Max Hold hairspray. I've been using this since I was a teenager, and I will definitely repurchase it. I don't have it right now because when I went to repurchase it, they didn't have it. They were out, and so I had to buy something else because I was completely out. I waited too long, and so I had to buy something because I had no hairspray. And I can't remember now what I got, but it's okay. It's an aerosol, and I mostly just spray the front of my hair, my bangs, to keep them from separating and stuff. So it actually lasts quite some time. And so it'll be a while before I buy another one, but the one I have is fine. It's just not my favorite. I have a hair mask. This is Camille Rose Algae Renew Deep Conditioning Mask, and it's the cocoa and mango butter. And this was okay. And oh man, it's been in there a while. In fact, there's still a little bit in there. I obviously didn't like the scent very well. This was actually my daughter's, and she wasn't fond of it, so she gave it to me to see. I think it must have gone off or something, because I don't remember it smelling bad when I used it before. But it kind of smells off now. Anyway, I felt like it left my hair a little gummy. And so, yeah, I don't recommend this hair mask. I do like the L'Oreal Elvive hair mask. That I think does a good job deep conditioning without making it feel weighed down or gummy. I have a little travel size of the Tresemme, I don't know how you pronounce that, mousse, and I like to use this sometimes when I air dry my hair and crunch it up. Sometimes I like a crunchy curl, and so I'll use a mousse. And sometimes I don't want a crunchy curl, and so I have this Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie Cream. I did like this curl cream. It doesn't have much of a smell, but it is a little bit lighter. Some curl creams, again, I don't know, maybe I use too much, but it can feel a little heavy and gummy, and I liked the way this one felt on my hair. I have 2 or 3 other curl creams that I'm trying to use up because I bought a lot to try, and they're all kind of the same. So when I get through a few more of those, then I'll make a decision on what to repurchase. If you have a favorite drugstore affordable option for a curl cream, let me know, because that's one thing that I like trying new things on. Okay, so that is all of the hair care. Now we're going to move into body care. There's only a few things here. One of them is this Raw Sugar Simply Body Wash for sensitive skin. It's green tea, cucumber, and aloe vera. And this was okay as a body wash, but I wasn't fond of the scent. It was very lightly scented, and it smells clean, but I don't know. I like just more of an experience, I guess. I know fragrance is not supposed to be great for you, but I like a good smell in body wash. So anyway, if you like something kind of light and for sensitive skin, yeah, I thought it was a good body wash. And there's a ton in here. Then I finished up a CeraVe moisturizing cream. This has 3 ceramides and hyaluronic acid, and it's great for the winter time. I don't use this as much in the summer, but I do have some eczema on my legs, and when it flares up, this is so soothing to those eczema patches. And it's a very thick cream, so I did cut off the top and dig out every little last bit, because there's a lot that clings to the sides that you can't get out any other way. If you're not getting all of the product out of the component before you throw it away, then you're just throwing away money. And so a set of makeup spatulas comes in really handy. This is the smallest one. I keep it here on my makeup table because that's the size I need most often here. And then the larger ones I keep in my bathroom because they're great for digging down into something like this, or the It's a 10, that thicker cream. There comes a point where the pump just won't pump it out anymore. But there's still probably a week's worth of product in there. So make sure you're getting the most out of your products. Then I have 2 Lumi products. The last time I purchased, I got the Lumi starter kit because I wasn't sure what scent I wanted. And so I got the wipes, and I can't remember what else is in there, but I'll put a picture of it up over here so you can see. I think there's 4 things in there. Anyway, so I did the Fresh Alpine in the twist up component. And I like this one, but it's not my favorite. And then I have the Lavender Sage in the cream deodorant. And this isn't as much of a pain as you might think it is. You just put a little pea-sized amount on your fingers, rub it in, put it on your pits, and wash your hands. It's really not that big of a deal. But I do really like the Lumi. Not gonna lie, liked it a little better before they reformulated it. I know it smelled like feet when you first put it on, but then that went away and it just worked better. So I'd kind of rather have the off-putting initial smell with better lasting time, but this does really well too. It's only in the very depths of summer when I'm teaching dance in an unair conditioned dance studio and then trying to go to rehearsal that I might have to do a little freshen up in between now, whereas I didn't before. Anyway, so these were fine. I think next time I want to try the coconut scent. I really liked the warm vanilla, and I think the coconut is a coconut vanilla. So I might try that next time. I don't know. If they have a sample, if they have a trial size, that's what I really want to try, because I don't like the coconut in the native. Right now I'm using native for sensitive skin, and it doesn't have the baking soda in it, so it doesn't irritate my pits. I can't use the regular native. Anything with baking soda, and my pits just itch like crazy. It's awful. Anyway, I have that in like a powder fresh scent. Really like it, and it's working very well for me. So that's what I'm using right now, but I do want to get the Lumi again, especially before next summer. Okay, we are flying through this stuff. Let's go on to skincare. As you can see by my blue bottles, I really like the e.l.f. Holy Hydration line, and I have used a daily cleanser, the Hydrogel Moisturizer. This one I use in the daytime, and the Holy Hydration Face Cream, fragrance-free, and this is the one I use at night, and it is completely gone. I have a brand new one already in on my counter. I talked about that in my last e.l.f. video. Put that up there in the corner if you haven't seen it yet. Something else that you almost always see now in my Empties is the Rokiss One Step All-in-One Cleansing Balm. I really like this. I don't like the fact that they just raised the price, however. It's been like $13 for it, and I just repurchased it and it was $15.99. But everything is going up, and so that's just the way it is. This comes with a flip top cap, which I didn't realize how much I appreciated until I started using up one that was kind of in my backups, and it was from AOA Studios, and it's a twist off, like most of them are, and it's kind of a pain. I really enjoy this little setup. It has the scoop that comes with it, has a little lid that you can put on it. You put the scoop back on, you close the lid, and it's all in there. With the regular one, I still use the scoop, but it always falls off and you got to find it, and this is just really kind of handy. Favorite cleansing balm. Doesn't make my eyes goopy, doesn't burn, doesn't irritate my eyes, and takes off everything, even waterproof mascara. This little sample of Andi Lee Brightening Cleanser, I got a gift of some skincare from my friend Cindy over at Beyond 50 Skin. Hi, Cindy. And I will have her channel linked down below. She is so knowledgeable about skincare for our over 50 skin. Anyway, this was one of the items that was in the package that she sent me. I enjoyed this cleanser. I don't know that there's enough of it for me to be able to tell you that it did great things for my skin, but it didn't irritate my skin. So anyway, that I used up. And then I finally decided to try my hand at Timeless. And so I got the Timeless Vitamin C and also the Timeless Matrixyl Synth 6 Serum. Say that 5 times fast. Deadly. Okay, so the vitamin C, I did really enjoy. It didn't irritate my skin. I do think that it's brightening, and I will probably buy this again. I don't currently have a vitamin C serum, and so I need to get one. The Matrixyl Synth 6 Serum, yeah, I don't know that I'll buy this one again because I've used the Matrixyl serum from The Ordinary, and I like it very much as well. Plus, it's a lot cheaper. And if you didn't know, The Ordinary is right now having their Slovember sale, and you save 23% on everything on the site every day in November except Black Friday. Their site, I don't think you can even purchase on Black Friday. But they have some amazing things, and I will have a link down below. So if you plan to buy from The Ordinary, if you would consider going through my link at my Shop My, then I would very much appreciate that. I have about 5 things in my cart at The Ordinary that I'm going to be purchasing, but I want to make sure that I don't have anything else that I want before I hit checkout. So one of those that I'm going to be repurchasing is this lactic acid 10% plus HA hyaluronic acid. I like this serum. It is a chemical exfoliator, but it's gentle enough that it does not irritate my skin at all. They do have a 5% version. If you have not used it before, you have sensitive skin and you think you might need to work up to it, you can start with the 5% and then go to the 10% after you are adjusted to it. But I'm okay with the 10%, and I will be buying this one again. Something else that I am no longer buying is my Agency tretinoin formula because my skin just doesn't like it anymore. I've used agency for 2.5 years. Well, it was Curology first and then agency. And for probably 1.5 years of that, absolutely no problem. My skin did great. I, of course, had initial where I had to work up, but then adjusted to it, fine, no problems. And then suddenly, I was just flaky and irritated all the time. And we backed off the percentage. We went back down to a lower percent. I went back to try using it once a week and then building up. And it didn't matter what I did, what I put with it, how many facial oils or moisturizers or whatever. I was just always peely, and my skin was always rough and textured. And that's what it's supposed to be helping to avoid. So I just got to a point where I'm like, okay, it is making my skin look worse than it was before I used it. And so it was time to stop. I'm now trying a bakuchiol wrapped retinol, and that is doing better, but I'm also noticing a lot of dryness in here, and I try to avoid putting it by my eyes. But when I then put my moisturizer on top of it, I think that it gets smeared around. I even try like washing my hands after putting it on and then putting my moisturizer on. But I may have to back off that too. I may just not be able to do a retinol right now. So I will keep you informed. I don't do skincare routines really on my channel because I don't feel that I'm that knowledgeable about skincare. I'm still kind of trying to find my way and do some research. But I can let you know what I'm doing, but not in a way of like I recommend that you do the same thing because everybody's skin is so different. Anyway, then this is the other cleansing balm that I said I was trying to use up. This was from AOA Studios. It's a Shop Miss A. I got it when I did a Shop Miss A haul last year, and then I forgot that I had it, and I found it in a drawer. And there's still just a little bit in there, but I will use this up probably in the next 3 days. So I thought it was close enough I could put it in this video, and then when it's gone, I can just throw it away. And I like this cleansing balm. It's green tea and vitamin E, has a kind of pleasant light scent, and takes off my makeup, does what it's supposed to do. So it doesn't leave my face feeling greasy or oily when it's done. So if you're ordering from Shop Miss A and want to toss a cleansing balm in, it's a great way to get an inexpensive cleansing balm. But unless I'm like placing an order, I wouldn't go to Shop Miss A just to get this. I'm going to stick with my Rokiss. Then the final item in my skincare basket is this lip sleeping mask from Kernel. And this is my favorite lip mask. It is almost identical to Laneige. I have had Laneige. I got that from the Sephora birthday gift and was so glad that I could compare them because I would never spend the money for Laneige when I can get 3 of these for $9.99 on Amazon, and it's like the same thing. So I always have this by my bed, put it on every night when I go to bed. And so I do need to order this because I don't have a backup. So after I'm done, I'm going to go put this in my cart. So I'm trying to use up a couple of the other things that I have around here. And one of what I'm using right now is the Sigma lip balm that I got in the 12 Days of Sigma that I got one from Jen Phelps last year. And I think it'd be okay for daytime use, but I'm not liking it at nighttime. So I need to replace this. Whew, okay, we have gotten through hair care, body care, skin care, and now it's time for makeup. And this is a little basket, so it should be able to go pretty quick. Are you still with me? If you're still here, put 2 flower emojis in the comments. If you skipped ahead to here, put 1 flower emoji in the comments. Just curious. Okay, I have 3 dead makeup sponges in 4 months. I try to replace my sponge once a month. And the ones I'm really liking right now are from Temu. Now, I am not suggesting that you download the Temu app and buy stuff from Temu. If you're going to buy from Temu, do it in a browser. I took the app off my phone. I mean, they probably can track things with the browser too, but I've heard some really sketchy things about the Temu app. Just passing that along. I am giving up on the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. Andi, I know you love this. And maybe you go through it faster than I do, and so it doesn't have time to dry out on you. I had it once before, and it was completely dry and crumbly, like from the very first time I used it. This time, it worked okay for a little while, but now, again, it is... Let's see if I can get some out of it. There's not a whole lot left in here, but it's really dry. I can't even keep it on my fingers, and when I try to smash it, it just crumbles and falls apart. And when I try to put it on my face, it just smears around. So I'm done with the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. When it was a good texture, it worked well, but I still felt like I had to put a pore filling primer on top of it on my skin. So, not going to try it again. And this one I'm not going to finish. I had a little sample of the MAC Studio Radiance Primer, and this was really pretty. I enjoyed this under my makeup. Not enough that I would go buy it from MAC, because I think it did a similar thing that the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter does, but I enjoyed having the sample. I have 2 empty powders this month. I finished up the Hard Candy Chilling Wonder Powder. This was an interesting powder, and it's a dupe for something, and I can't remember now what it was, but it's a powder that it feels wet when you put it on your skin, and I don't know how they do this. It doesn't feel wet like you just splashed water on your face, but it's like cooling. It's weird. But that didn't last. That was only when it was new. After maybe 6 months-ish, that kind of went away, and then it was just a normal powder, but it's a pretty powder, and I did enjoy it. And then the other powder that I really like is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh, and it's completely gone. Look at that pretty pan in there. Whew. And so I used up 2 powders. I finished up the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is the regular one, not the one with the niacinamide, and cut off the top, scraped out all of the good stuff off the sides. I finished up a Maybelline Lifter Gloss in Moon. Took the stopper out so that I could scrape as much out of there as I could, and even stuck a Q-tip down in there, because this really doesn't go all the way to the bottom. It only goes that far. So there's a little bit that you can't get out no matter what. But it's gone, and I have a new one. Then I have 2 brow products. I have the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. This is in taupe. This one is $3, and it is just a normal brow pencil. I also have the Maybelline Express Brow, also in taupe, and this one is a micro brow pencil. This one is just a little bit light, so sometimes what I would do is use this one to draw the individual hairs and this one to kind of fill in, usually in the opposite order. But anyway, they're both gone. And then I used up 2 eyeliners. I have this Essence Long Lasting in Hot Chocolate, excuse me. I will repurchase this. This is a fantastic eyeliner, and I have it in a couple of other colors as well. And it's so inexpensive. Anyway, really, really like that. Probably my favorite, other than the Wet n Wild Kohl. This thing is like this long, you know, and 98 cents or whatever. But I think I like this one just a little bit better, but this one is really, really close. And then I have this Beauty for Real Olive that I got in an Ipsy, and I have finished that up. Whew, okay, that's it. That is all of my empties. I have so much in my collection that it is just so satisfying to use products up, especially makeup products. Doing the project that I did last year, the project Use Up the Dribs and Drabs, also have a playlist for that one I'll link for you, was really helpful to helping me see when things were almost used up so that I could really focus on them and get them out. And it makes me feel better about bringing things in when I know that I'm still moving things out, even things like powders, because I have a lot of powders. Speaking of powders, I am so excited because I'm going to share with you guys, because I hit pan in 4 products over the last couple of weeks. The first one was my Rimmel Stay Matte, and there's a pretty little pan in that one. Then there's my 16-hour Cover and Last from Essence, and this is my second one, and there's pan there. I also hit pan in a bronzer, the Sunset Striptease from e.l.f. And if you watched my PUD last year, you'll know I finished 3 bronzers last year. The Butter Bronzer, the Maybelline City Bronzer, and the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. Finished all 3 of those last year. Then I also have pan in this Laura Geller Beach Matte Baked Hydrating Bronzer in Siesta Medium. This is a really pretty bronzer on my skin tone. So I just thought I would share that excitement with you, because if you're watching Empties, you probably get excited about empty products just as much as I do. I hope that if you have some time to stick around, you will do so. And if you, I'm going to plug this in because I just noticed that my camera is going to die. Hang on. Whew, saved it. Okay, if you have a little more time to hang around, there'll be some videos on the next screen that you can go to. If you are not subscribed, please do so. It helps my channel so much. And also, don't forget to hit that thumbs up when you're down there. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.